What is up, her campus? This is your girl Cori, and I am back with another video. And right now, I really don't know what the title of this video is gonna be, but for right now, I'm gonna just tell y'all this is basically a story time about how one of my closest friends tried to snake me. That's probably what the title of this video is gonna be called. I really don't know yet, but that's basically like the moral of the story. But before I even get started, make sure you like and subscribe and share with your friends, okay? I'm gonna say it again, so you don't gotta do it right now, but by the end of this video, you better have. Cause do I look like I'm playing? I'm not. Basically, to start this off, well, actually, before I even get into it, let me just tell y'all, this story may be a little all over the place as I try to remember like little small details. I may not remember everything. And just because I can't remember everything, this story might not sound as crazy, but you know what's better than a little story time, you feel me? Just about something that's wild. But yeah, that's just not crazy, but crazy, if you get what I'm saying. And if it gets a little confusing, just stick with me. Just bear with me, y'all. I swear. I'm not the best storyteller, but I'm trying. This starts with my freshman year of high school. Well, not starts, but like, just to give y'all a little background, this starts from my freshman year of high school. And basically, you know, when you're a freshman in high school, basically when you're a freshman anywhere, you're basically trying to make friends, trying to get to know people, all this and that and the third. So basically, I had this health class, and it was my first period. And like a week later from school starting, this girl started sitting next to me. We're gonna call the girl Connecticut. So Connecticut sits next to me, and basically she starts making me talk to her. Like, she finds out that we have the same classes. Like, a lot of our classes were the same, so we started walking to class together. Like, I basically accepted this girl with open arms, even though I was shy. She made an effort. I welcomed her in with open arms, and we became close. So Connecticut had 2 more friends. We're gonna call the 2 other friends Jay and...
A few minutes later,
we're gonna call them Jay and Cat Girl. Don't ask me why I'm gonna call her that. I just feel like it fits. Connecticut introduced me to Jay and Cat Girl. Jay and Cat Girl were cool. I flowed more with Jay than Cat Girl, but Cat Girl was still cool in my book. Had nothing against her. It was all right. And then I also brought a friend to Connecticut, Jay and Cat Girl. We're gonna call this friend K. So me, Connecticut, K, Jay, and Cat Girl, we all became a little friend group, and it was all good freshman year. You know, we went over each other's houses, we went out and did stuff together, little freshman stuff that freshmen do. Like, we formed a friend group, so some of us were closer with each other than the whole group, but we never really acknowledged it. We just kept it flowing because, you know, we just made this friend group. It'll get better throughout the time. You know, this and that and the third. So basically, the moral of the story is everything was good freshman year. We get to sophomore year. Now, let me remind you. Half of sophomore year, we went into COVID. So the first half of the school year, we were in school. Second half of the school year, we were not. So let me think. Me, Jay, and Connecticut decided to go to this secondary school. We applied to this secondary school that our county had. And basically, we had our regular base school, high school, and that we would go to in the morning. But after our first period, we would leave, go to our secondary school, and that's all we saw of our base school for the day. So unless you have friends there, you were not seeing that base school for real. Hey did not apply because she didn't want to go there, and I think Cat Girl ended up leaving. around this time. She left the county. She moved somewhere. She was still in Georgia, but she left the county. And you know, I never was really that close with Cat Girl, but you know, we still kept in contact because of Connecticut and Jay, because they were closer with her. And I think also during this time, a little bit after COVID came in, Jay ended up living with Cat Girl. We get sophomore year, and basically out of nowhere, Connecticut is like, yeah, I don't mess with Kay. Kay doesn't talk to me, so we're not cool, and da 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 da. Kay never said anything about not being cool with Connecticut. It was really weird because it just bursted out of nowhere, and I'm just like, what? I'm in the middle because I'm cool with both of them. But Kay is just really confused on why Connecticut even cut her off in the first place, because nothing even happened. But out of nowhere, Connecticut started this big thing like, oh, Kay doesn't like me and this and that and the third, so we don't talk anymore and da 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 da. And like, I really feel like she was trying to coerce me into not talking to Kay, but Kay had never did anything to me. Me and Kay were cool. Like, I was the only one who actually checked on and kept up with Kay, because I was at a whole different school, so I know we didn't get to talk every day. So I'm like, I'm still going to talk to her because she never did anything to me. I'm the one that went to a different school. Like, she's the one that felt like we stopped talking to her. And here's Connecticut saying, oh, she stopped talking to me. She's weird, da 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 da. And I'm just like, girl, what are you talking about right now? This is when COVID came in. So we ended up being out of school. And really, everything was still all good. Me, Connecticut, Jay, and Cat Girl, like, we still all kept in contact. Me and Connecticut were still cool, still locked in. Me and Jay locked in. Me and Cat Girl cool. All that. So, comes the summer of COVID, Cat Girl has a birthday. So... Cat Girl has a birthday. So Cat Girl's like, oh, I want to have a sleepover. You know, all of us cool. Kay's not invited, which is really crazy. Kay is not invited because her and Cat Girl just really never conversed like that. And Connecticut obviously was not finna vouch for her. And I just can't bring nobody else to nobody's stuff. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. But I knew that they didn't really talk like that, so I'm just like, I'm just gonna let it go. Kay doesn't even, like, she was like really weirded out, but she was like, okay, cool. Oh, well, let me backtrack really quick, y'all. Sophomore year, right, even though we were cool, I was the type of person to really overlook any weird thing that people did. So I like to point out that Connecticut did do a lot of really weird stuff sophomore year that I overlooked. But one of the breaking points, honestly, was when me, Connecticut, and Jay had a group chat that we used to just share memes in and things of that nature in, right? Why one day when we get from school, we start getting text about how we're bullies and this and that and the third, and we're like, Connecticut, what are you talking about? Like, you be starting the stuff. Like, what are you really talking about right now? And so we're just confused because we're like, Connecticut does all this stuff, but we're the bullies. Like, it's really crazy. She says all this out-of-pocket stuff to us and thinks she can get away with it. But, like, when we come back at her, we're the issues. Like, that was really crazy to us. Like, it was bizarre. And come to find out, she later on tells us that it was her mom texting for her in our Instagram group chat to, like, what, 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds? And we're just like, bro, what? Like, why did you have your mom texting us, telling us that we're bullies? Like, do you tell her the stuff that you do? Like, come on now. So, but like I said, we just kept it cool. We kept it cordial. We kept it moving because we're just like, whatever. Apologize. Keep it moving. It'll never happen again. This is when we get to the summer, the sleepover, yada, yada, yada. So we have the sleepover. Everything's going good. I think it was like 2 days. So we spent 2 days together. Everything was really cool, really cute. We had little robes, all these things, all that stuff of the nature. After that, it was still a little cool. I don't remember anything really happening. But as we get into our junior year, stuff starts getting weird. And I say weird because I think starting out going into our our junior year. Why did Connecticut block me? Out of nowhere, y'all. I swear it was out of nowhere. Like, I was just like, when I found out she blocked me, I was like, so y'all know what I did? I went and texted her. I was like, hey, Connecticut, like, are we cool? Like, what's going on? I don't remember me doing anything to you. We were just good. Like, what's going on? And y'all, like, she was basically trying to justify, like, I can't even really remember what she said to that, but she was like, oh, we're good, da, da, da. But I really wasn't feeling that because it was a really dry response. And although she unblocked me at that point, she didn't follow me. So I'm like, I'm very confused. I don't know what's going on. So a little later down the line, not too much longer, but I'm just like, I wasn't feeling that. And then at this point, I wasn't seeing her every day either. So, because this was during COVID, everybody was scared to go outside. So during this time, I'm like, I'm not seeing her. We're barely texting. What's going on? So I call her one day and I'm like, hey, can we talk? She's like, yeah, what's up, what's good? Meanwhile, she's on the phone with somebody else during this whole conversation. Like, she's literally in the phone laughing with somebody else while I'm talking to her. And she's like, oh, I'm like literally explaining, like, I don't see, like, nothing happening between us. Like, why did you block me? All this and that and the third. And I think she was just throwing it off, like, saying, like, oh, like, it didn't matter that much and da 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 da. I don't even remember what she said about blocking me. It was just very weird. I never did anything to you. Like, sorry y'all, let me put my light back up. Yo, I was really trying to find the messages like of me like asking her, but I couldn't find it. I just found a whole bunch of other stuff that I'm not going to mention because I'm not going to do that. It's just messy. But just know that me in Connecticut, like, we was locked in. Like, I literally I would do anything for this girl. Like, I had her back, like, for real, like, and it was just crazy how she took advantage of that. But anyways, Connecticut blocked me. I just had the third. She unblocked me, called her, talked about it. And she basically played in my face, said we were good, all this and that and the third. But I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I'm happy about it. Like, cause I even cried about this. Cause I'm like, what? I cried to my mom. I'm like, bro, I didn't do anything to her. Like, I'm confused. I'm so confused. So we end up following each other back or whatever. A little bit later down the line, why did she block me again? I was like, okay. I was like, right. At this point, I was just like, I'm over it. Like, I was like, I'm letting it go because I don't know what's going on. I don't know what beef she has with me because at this point it's one-sided. I never did anything to the girl, so I'm just like, I'm cool off that. So I let Kay know. Kay like, yeah, I don't know what's wrong with her. The girl is weird. She's like, she just cut me off randomly. She cutting you off randomly. It's crazy. I'm like, right. I'd like to mention that before we get any further, Kay had a boyfriend at the time, and me and Kay both think that Connecticut was very jealous that she had a boyfriend because Kay would come to us with her boy problems, you know, for advice. As friends, we were supposed to give her advice, but Connecticut was just always mad. And, you know, by sophomore year, I really think she had just let it get to her, so she called herself cutting off Kay. So I'm like, I really need to get to the bottom of this because I'm like, what is going on? So I contact Jay. I say, hey, Jay, do you know why any reason Connecticut would like block me or she got a problem with me? Like, what's going on? Do you know? She's like, and I'm like, I asked her, do you have a problem with me? Because, like, do the whole group got a problem? Because I'm like, what's really going on? Because at this point, I've talked to nobody but Kay. But obviously, Kay's not going to know what's going on because Connecticut, Kay and Jay don't, Connecticut, Cat Girl and Jay don't talk to her. So And I'm like, me and Jay are still cool. Let me ask Jay. But Jay ends up telling me, yeah, I don't have a problem with you, but I can't say the same for anybody else. I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean? So I think me and Jay end up FaceTiming, and she tells me like, yeah, after Cat Girl's sleepover, Connecticut was like, we should cut Coriana out of the group. She's not like us. Her style and she's bigger than us, and like size wise, she's bigger than us, and this and that and the third. And I'm like, what? I'm like, no way this just tried to kick me out of the friend group. Like, this is Bad Girls Club. I can't believe it. I'm like I'm literally astonished at this point, because I'm like, what am I hearing right now? She's like, yeah, like, she's just telling us all this stuff. Like, she's like, we should just cut her off. Like, just like, yeah, she's saying all this stuff. Like, and we're just like, what? And Jay said she was already skeptical, and this already had happened a while ago, but nobody told me anything. Nobody told me anything. So I'm just like, this is crazy. Like, y'all was crying and all, because I'm just like, why do people do this to me? Like, why do this happen to me? And I put my best foot, like, I would give my all to these people, because we were locked in, bro. Like, I'm thinking like, this is finna be a lifelong friendship, da 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 da.
Boy, was I wrong.
And her mom even had to intervene, because she was like, and I'm talking about Jay's mom. Jay's mom had to intervene, because Jay's mom was like, you're not like those girls. You don't follow them. You don't follow the leader. If you are still cool with Cori, then you stay cool with Cori. You don't listen to what either Connecticut or Cat Girl is saying. That's just a no. She was like, basically telling her, follow her faith, follow her mind, heart, whatever. So Jay found it weird as well. And so by the time senior year comes, I don't talk to Connecticut, and I don't talk to Cat Girl. And also about this time, Jay moved back to our county. So it was really me, Kay, and Jay at this point. And we were still going to the career academy, the secondary school, but we did not talk to Connecticut, like, at all. Anytime we really saw her, because by the time it's senior year and we're back in the actual school, so anytime we saw her, we really wanted to beat her up. We used to throw so much shade. Like, it was crazy, y'all, because she played in our face so bad, like, so bad, like. And she even got us into this stuff that I don't want to talk about, because I don't know, because it was a while ago, but like, that was legal stuff that I'm not about to talk about, that she had got us into. But around this time, we didn't want to talk to her. Like, it was nothing to be said. She was hanging out with other people who she barely even knew, and would be saying stuff to them about us. Like, it was crazy. And she did that during the friendship as well. That's something else I used to let go. Her telling people stuff that was not true, that she would mix around our words. This story was like, it might not be that crazy, but like, cause I didn't really get into everything. But the things we went through with this girl was absolutely astonishing. Like, after that whole thing, my mom told me to toughen up, let it go, and said, just let it be, let it fly. And guess what I did? I let it fly. So I really hope y'all enjoyed this little time of me really venting. It's a story time, but it's me really venting about that, because I've never like told the internet about that situation. And I really wish I could tell y'all the two situations that happened that really changed the directory of our friendship, but I really don't want to get into those, because those are just, that's crazy. And one of them was a legal issue, so I don't want to talk about that. But, well, honestly, the first situation almost turned into a legal issue. The second time was a legal issue, so I'm not gonna talk about that. But I really hope y'all enjoyed this little story time. I know it wasn't as bizarre and as crazy, but y'all, I feel like the girl was a friend sent from hell. I don't know. If you couldn't tell, she was from Connecticut, so that's why I call her Connecticut, and that's where they do that bullshit. No offense though. I hope y'all enjoyed. And once again, I told y'all I was going to say it again. Make sure you subscribe to her campus. Like this video. Share with your friends. And turn on those post notification bells. Because we posting every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for y'all. And we also post shorts on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So, make sure y'all tune in. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Bye. I wanna show you out. I wanna show you out. I wanna show you